Castiel, don't swipe at the bees. Get off the beehive, they will sting you. Castiel. Castiel, stop it. Now, if you guys are hoping for a video where I'm going to be running around flailing my arms and getting stung by bees, it didn't happen that way, which I am, as you can see, unstung and quite glad about. But I got a call from a friend who is a very talented beekeeper, and he told me that there was a swarm ready. Now, I didn't have my proper camera gear, I didn't have my sound stuff properly, so the audio on this isn't going to be great. But I thought I took around my camera and I went through the process about how I did it all and where it's going to go. Okay, now this is the swarm that we found when we got there. Basically what bees do is once a year they will break up and the original queen will take off half the bees, take off a good chunk of the honey, and they will just swarm to a location within about a certain distance from the hive. Now there they'll send out drones that will go out to lots of different areas and they're just trying to find a new hive. So what we're doing here is we're giving them a hive to go into. Now, one thing you'll notice is that neither me nor Josh, the guy that just giving me a hand, are wearing bee suits. Apparently at this stage they are incredibly docile, which is a little bit nerve-wracking when you've got a couple hundred bees swarming around you, but unless you go around trying to attack them, hurt them, do something to them, they are incredibly docile at this stage. So you can actually pick them up with your hands and then move them into the hive, which I just thought was insane at the time. Now, this is saying don't go up to random bees and try and pick them up, but when they are swarming like that, they are quite placid and quite easy to get along. Now, this usually goes one of two ways. Sometimes you can just start pushing them in there and they'll start fanning, releasing pheromones, and then they'll all have a big march that goes into them. But sometimes it doesn't work out that easily. So basically what we need to do is make sure the queen goes into the hive, and once the queen is in the hive, then they'll all pretty much flow straight into there. So when we're smoking them, what we're doing is we're disrupting the pheromones. So they can't smell the queen's pheromones, and then they should start all happily going straight into the hive. Now, if you look at some of the ones that are sitting there, they've got their backsides in the air and they're waving their little wings around. What they're doing is releasing pheromones and saying, yes, let's go straight into the hive. Because what's inside of it is something called a sticky. It's something I got from the beekeeper that is an old honey frame that has been taken off another hive and dropped into this one. It's had all the honey taken out of it, so it's just the wax, but the bees love the smell of it and they just get attracted straight into it, so that encourages them to go straight into there.
So these are the males. See how they've got a lot bigger eyes?
Yep.
So these, their main purpose is just to reproduce. But he's not very happy because I got him on the wings.
So they can't sting us?
So he can't sting, no. He's the only one that can't sting you. The queen actually can.
Yep.
But it's very unlikely they're to get stung by a queen.
Yeah.
You grab some of these workers, they'll pop you straight away.
Now you can see from these guys, a lot of them have got their backsides in the air and they're releasing a pheromone. Now it smells like a very, very faint banana-y smell. I couldn't smell it too much, but it's there. So you can smell the pheromones that they're releasing, but they're not all marching in there yet, which means that the queen hasn't gone in there and we have to find her. So that is her. You can tell that she's got a bigger body and she's just quite easy to go in there. And once we actually put her down and put her inside the hive or let her walk into it, the rest of the bees pretty much followed in no time at all. They all started marching straight in there and following their queen. Now, since there are a whole lot of bees that are still swarming around trying to find it, basically what we do is we leave the hive there and let them all climb into it. Then when it's dark, I come back, tape it up, and then I'm ready to take it home with me.
This is only a small one.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of bees.
Got it. Done.
Awesome. So they'll all settle down and go in there.
Yep. If we... So the queen was up to you.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's probably...
Okay, so I have just gone and gotten them from the bit. It's a little bit dark out there, so I didn't take a very good shot, but in the back, currently you guys cannot see a thing, but there is a box there. There is a box in there, and you can hear a buzzing just coming out of it. So they are doing stuff, they are buzzing, they're all in there, and I'm hoping like hell that I did not get into an accident, because I can just see bees swarming everywhere inside this car, and that will suck. So I'm going to take these guys home and then put them down in their little container. Okay, I don't think you guys can see anything at the moment, but basically at the moment I have these guys down here, they're taped in there, and now comes the dangerous bit. I have to take the tape off. Now, I don't have a suit yet, so basically I'm going to pull the tape and run like a little girl. Yeah. Running like a little girl. Okay, so it was next morning after I've dropped these guys in. So you can see, still morning, I'm in my dressing gown. But I thought I'd come out and have a look how they're actually doing. And you can see that there is a few of them swimming around, but they're coming in and out of the hive, which is something I'm quite happy about. I planted them next to a plum tree, which is just full of flowers at the moment, and they seem to be loving it. They're just swarming all over it. Okay, now it's been about a week and a bit since I got my bees in there, and they seem to be settling quite well. They're not doing anything, they just keep on coming in and out, doing their thing, and they're going nuts on the wisteria that's behind me. But I thought it's a good time to have a check of the hive. Honestly, if the queen started laying, make sure there's all still good there. And I have some new toys now. I have my bee suit, and I have a shiny new smoker. So the idea of the smoker is it screws with their pheromones when they're inside of it, and they just go quite calm. So they're not going to go swarming everywhere when I open up the hive. So I blow a little bit of smoke in there, and it should calm them down a hell of a lot. Okay, I am now bee suited up and good to go. So let's go get the bees. But let's open this up. Take off. So let's get off some smoke. Let's see what they've done. So you can see this is all brand new hive that they have been building. They've been hard at work in a week. I didn't think they would have done that much, but they have. Now this one they haven't been putting in there straight. It's quite amazing how much they built in a week. It's just incredible. And this one is the sticky. And you can see they're already capping honey in there. They're drying it out and letting it do its thing, which is awesome. So I'm going to put these guys back in there and let them stop being annoyed. Okay, so I am still nice and rugged up in here. So I'm going to leave these guys alone and let them pretty much do their thing, because they are fine, they are happy, and they are doing what bees do. So I'm going to leave these guys alone and get back to this video. So I hope you guys got something out of this, and I hope you guys learned something, because it's a learning experience for me, and I'm just going to document it as I go along. So I'll see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.